Let's start from the top because you aren't just starring in this movie. You are executive producing this movie. Talk to me about that process and what is that like to have to wear so many hats in this movie?
It's really cool and it's really fun. I mean, we started this movie over 3 years ago, and my mom actually pitched the original idea for it. And so we've been a part of this film since the very beginning, and that's how I like to be with all my projects. I rarely will take on a project that I just kind of jump into.
I think that that speaks to your success because you don't just take what's given to you. It's like very important to you at the same time to be involved in the complete process. But what I also loved was the messaging behind the film, the lessons that are in it. There's this theme of, and I think it's actually a line in the movie where you're like, looking the same as everyone just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
That seems to be a big part of your life too. Was that message important for you to have incorporated in the movie?
Being like everybody else is boring. They're already taken.
I couldn't help but when I was watching this, and I like was a fan of Dance Moms as well. Like Tisha seemed very Abby Lee Miller-esque a bit. Was there some inspiration kind of pulled from her?
I mean, no, definitely not from Abby herself, but it was pulled off of how dance coaches pretty much all around the world actually are. In the original script, there was some Abby Lee references and that were like spot on the nose. And I took them out because I didn't want it to be that. And I wouldn't be where I am today without Abby and without being on Dance Moms. And so I don't ever want anyone to think that I'm bad shaming that because I'm not.
So recently, congratulations, you just celebrated 6 months on your relationship. What I love is like you talk about like your best friend and how happy you are and you're like the happiest you've ever been. Like talk about like what makes you so happy in this relationship.
Well, I think that Kylie for me gives me something that I've never had before, and that is just somebody who understands me more than I understand myself. And I think that that's really cool and really special. We're actually about to celebrate 8 months now, which
Oh
is
my gosh.
crazy, right? It's wild. And she just gives me love, obviously, and she just shows me what it's like to be genuinely, unconditionally loved. And I don't know, we have so much fun together. I knew since the minute I met her, like she'd be in my life for forever. I told the world who she was on our 1 month, but I waited until her family knew everything. And for me, I share everything with the world, and the world knows my whole life, and I love that, and that's the life that I chose, but that's not the life that she chose. And so I waited until it was appropriate to tell the world, but then once we were ready, we were ready.
I think that that's beautiful that you took your time and you did it and you made sure that she was comfortable as well. And I just like it's attributes to the success of your relationship.
Thank you.
Because you are 18, have you thought about like what's next for you? And I'm sure people remind you of this all the time. And like, have you thought about the transition, or do you even want to transition? As you're moving into adulthood.
I mean, I still live at home and I love living at home and I love my family and I don't want to leave them. I tell Kylie all the time, I said, I'm not moving out until you are ready to get a place with me because I don't want to live on my own. And I know that you want to go to college and you're going to want to live in a dorm and then you're probably going to want an apartment with your friends. Like, and I get that. And I'm settled with that because I'm down to live here until I'm 24. Like, I'm in.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.